Happy Friday and welcome to Wheel Route Fantasy Football. I'm Kev Wheeler. I'm the host, uh, host with the most. All we're going to do today is draft a couple best balls on Underdog. It is draft week. It is the most popular time for the winning teams in best ball tournaments to be won. So we're going to jam in as many as we can this weekend. I'm going to start out with puppy, uh, a puppy two draft, and we'll go from there. I'm going to jump right in. Um, I didn't leave myself a lot of time today. I was hoping to get two or three of these in. I may only get one. We shall see, though. Um, I just jumped in a puppy two draft. It looks like we're waiting for a couple people, and I'll put the draft board up as soon as it fills. All right. It looks like we are full. Get this up there. All right. There we go. Still getting used to this. Here we go. Nice draft board for you. Hopefully you can see that. If I make it much bigger, I can't see my draft room or my player queue. Be nice if I could get rid of that bar at the top somehow. But all right. So I always just set up my queue with a bunch of guys, get in there, and we will see. Let's where am I? I'm the 12 hole again. Actually, 12 hole is probably one of the better spots this year. Think yesterday I split it with wide receiver and running back. I might double up today. Oh, I forgot water. Great, 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 great. All right, we see Chase and Bijan go right up off the top. Not really a surprise. CD going before J Jeff. I've seen that a couple times now. Barkley lasted until, is he going to go at 5? I would imagine, right? Yeah. I don't see that a whole lot. In fact, yesterday when we did one of these, I believe, yeah, this running back run starts to happen. Yesterday we saw Henry go in the first two. I don't think we'll see that today. Neighbors and Puka. This is going fairly uh, chalky. I can tell you right now, I'm gonna get one of the guys I want. Oh yeah, I am. Okay, so Nico falls, which is nice. I don't see him at 12 a whole lot, although his ADP is 10 and a half, so I'm sure he falls there. But I'm trying to load up on as much HN as I can. I think with Janu gone, it's going to open up more pass plays for HN and Waddle. Waddle's going to benefit too. But let me hit this queue again. I have a long time in between. So then we see Brian Thomas and Drake London go right after. Skipping on Brian Thomas can be tough at times because I love to stack him with Trevor Lawrence. I think they're going to have a great year with Travis Hunter being on the opposite side or in the slot, or actually he'll probably be on the opposite. Oh, actually, they're going to move Brian Thomas into the slot more. So we'll see Travis Hunter on the outside. I think there'll be a decent mix of that, though. See A.J. Brown go before Derrick Henry. That is a take. It could happen. I mean, if you look at the first 8 games of last season, AJ Brown was studying out. And after Derrick Henry, see Jonathan Taylor. I'm really high on Jonathan Taylor this year, paired up with Christian McCaffrey. That's going to be a heck of a running back room right there. Lad McConkey, I think, is going a little bit early, but I'm surprised Brock Bowers didn't go earlier. Brock Bowers has been falling, and I don't think for any real good reason. Um, Especially in half PPR, I think Bowers is a real good pick in the second round. I don't like him going in the first. Um, we will do FFPC drafts later in the year, and I'd have Bowers in the top of the first. I would probably, I don't know, maybe I'm not sure. I put him. I would put him ahead of the receivers, but I would have the running backs a little bit higher in FFPC. But we're drafting underdog right now. Half point PPR. Um, Brock Bowers and Trey McBride, I think, are due for touchdown regression. Um, Although we've never seen it from Trey McBride in his lifetime. So, I mean, if he falls all the way to me, which I highly doubt, I'm gonna jump all over him. But they've both started to fall a little bit, which can make sense in half PPR. Um, but we've seen Kittle rising a great deal, and I think that's optimal, especially with probably Ayuk probably being out to start, and Debo gone. Although Ricky Purcell should pick up most of the Debo activity. Um, Brees Hall went at the top of the third. Yeah, he's starting to go earlier and earlier. I like him a lot. At the top of the third, well, I've got a mid and late third and even fourth round, so I won't be drafting too much of Brees in that early third. All right, so ADP has Kyron and Mike Evans. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Xavier Worthy. He'll benefit from Rice being out, and maybe I will go with Mike Evans. I'll go with Mike Evans. It gives me 3 different bye weeks for my top 3 receivers. It gives me some nice stacks that I can get in the mid to late rounds. Well, KC and Tampa Bay are the mid rounds. Nico, I can get later. We're rolling. I could have gone Kittle. And actually, what's the next? I think I went Kittle yesterday. Yeah, I did. I've seen him rise. He didn't really. Should have thought about that. Eh, you can't really argue with Mike Evans or Worthy, but Kittle's definitely not coming back. I'm wondering if Rashi Rice will come back. If he does, I will scoop him up and then go with a double stack and Mahomes on the next turn. There goes Kittle. So after my picks of Worthy and Evans, Ted McMillan went, and then Kyron Williams. I thought about Kyron Williams. Omari and Hampton has jumped up to the third round now. I don't think his ADP is quite there yet, but it's not surprising with the Najee news. Now, I don't think it's the smartest move. Although later in the season, in these best ball tournaments, Hampton will probably. Actually, now that I think about it, yeah, I'm sure Hampton will take over if Najee Harris is out. Let's say Najee Harris misses the first 4 weeks, right? And he comes back. Hampton secures himself as the number one, primary running back there. you're still going to see Najee get the ball. I mean, Najee's going to get the goal line when he comes back. He'll probably he might secure himself some passing downs too, just for his pass blocking. Um, but we shall see. All right, so we see a wide receiver run after Kittle. Pickens, DJ Moore, Cortland Sutton, Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter going up 48. That's about right. Maybe a little early. Waddle is moved up to the top of the fifth there. Devontae Smith is falling. Or I guess he's not falling, but he's sitting there in the fifth. Devontae Smith is one of my favorite picks in the fifth round. Roma Dunze, I still feel like this is early for him. He didn't show us much last year, and yeah, new offense. He's got a lot of target competition there. Joe Mixon in the fifth. I hardly have any of him. Jamison Williamson at the 505. Then we see Ridley, Flowers, Kenneth Walker. I was hoping for. Rashee Rice goes at 57. I see a lot of running backs coming up in ADP. So I'm going to get one running back, but I'll go with James Conner. Don't necessarily want two running backs. I'm going to grab Chris Olave. James Conner is a little bit of a safety secure kind of for the first. James Conner, I'm going to say, is the first half of the season play. Although, he'll be consistent. He might go 17 games again. He might miss games in the middle of the season and come back for the playoff run. So that's how I'm going to play that. And I don't mind handcuffing him if Benson falls. He's got to go later than he's got to fall in. He's got to fall to me. I'm not going to reach for it. I'm not going to, I don't want to say never and always is the two worst words in our language, but I really never plan on handcuffing my running backs unless they fall to ADP value. All right. So still have Joe Burrow sitting there. All right. This is a smart room. We're going to, I would give the one hole, the Chase and Higgins drafter. I'll give him Burrow. Like, there's no reason for anybody else. Wow. The guy in the two hole just sniped the Chase and Higgins drafter in the one hole. Wow. I mean, I guess he is Chase Brown, and you can stack Joe Burrow later too. There's a couple of guys later. One I drafted yesterday. Another I'm keeping as a deep sleeper. I'll probably reveal it at some point. Heck, I might draft him not as a stack in this one. Let me see, I got 4 wide receivers. I really would like to go with a different position at this turn. It's pretty far away though. So, guy in the one hole, after getting sniped on Burrow, went Caleb Johnson and Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin, man, if he's healthy, that is such a value at 701. And Jaden Reed's go. Justin Fields is now creeping up to the 7th round. Yeah. I got Justin Fields, I think it was in the 9th yesterday. That I just think he's a stupid super value. But that's really where Burrow and Fields should be going, right around that same spot, that 6-7 turn. I think that's appropriate. So I think that's a good reach for whoever did it. It's reaching beyond ADP, but you know what? I have I have a stack coming up that I could do. Ooh, running backs are going in this one. I'm glad I grabbed Connor. All right. So I'm definitely going to stack Worthy with Mahomes. 7-12, almost the eighth round is great for Mahomes. Now, what do I want to do here? You know what? I don't have a tight end yet, correct? Correct. Ooh, I'm probably going to get one next. All right. Ah, I went with Stefan Diggs. I almost went with Hawkinson, and he goes right after me. I'm not really high on Stefan Diggs this year, but it's where he fell a little bit in ADP. He fell about 6 spots. Um, I think Josh Downs is probably Josh Downs better in PPR. There's no reason Stefan Diggs shouldn't. Well, if he's healthy, probably start out the season slow. But if he's healthy, he should boost Drake May. And I like grabbing Drake May in some of these too. So I have a lot of options later to go with um, for stacks. So I like leaving myself open for that. I did think about drafting Egbuka to go with Evans, but I didn't think Baker was going to make it back around. Baker's probably going to go soon. And actually, now he'll probably go to the one hole, the Godwin drafter. But if he does come back, I will probably grab him. Higgins. I'm just looking at what Mike. I'm hoping for Travis Kelce to fall. Probably not. Probably not. Hawkinson might have been a good pick there. The reason I didn't get Hawkinson is because I was thinking that Travis Kelce might fall. You can easily stack Mahomes and Kelce when you get Mahomes in the mid to late or mid seventh. Otherwise, you got to reach on Kelce to get the stack and quarterbacks. Dak Prescott's going well where he should be. Caleb was drafted early, so maybe I left off here. After Egbuka went Bo Nix, I think that's yeah. I still don't like him that early. Ayuk went in the eighth. I feel like that's a little bit higher than he has been going. Judkins in the eighth. Jordan Mason, Caleb Williams. I think that's early. Cooper Kupp. Then Higgins, Mayfield goes to the Godwin drafter, Travis Etienne, Dak Prescott, Keon Coleman at the 904, Pittman at 905, Goff at the 102 pick, mid ninth. Ingram goes after that to the next drafter. That's a nice stack there. Trey Harris, we got gone. Hoping on Kelce. Ugh, I don't get that. I don't have. Oh, I got it. Okay. So Kelce, I'm going to take with that first pick. And then there's Drake May sitting there. Do I want to do that early? Not when I can get others later. All right, I'm going to go Tyrone Tracy. I'm not thrilled about that. And maybe I should have gone Drake May. But you have Kyler Murray and Brock Purdy are just sitting there, right? I'm looking at Houston stack late. I probably should have just gone ahead and grabbed Drake May. I'm not afraid to grab Tyler Shuck late. I do like going with three quarterbacks, especially when I grab one or two of them late. Like, I'm kind of waiting to see. I assume that what's his name? CJ Stroud is going to fall. Ooh, sorry, I'm a little bit distracted just looking at the queue. I could have gone Luther Burden there too, but I do have 5 wide receivers. So I like to save 2 wide receivers for a little bit later just for stacks. But we shall see. I My next turn, I will probably be looking at CJ Stroud and possibly Christian Kirk might fall there. If I can get Christian Kirk and CJ Stroud at that turn, I did draft Nico to start off with, so Stroud would be a good stack. I mean, of course, if Drake May makes it all the way back around, I'll be ecstatic. Let's see. Here in silence, like dead radio, but and I should be doing my thinking even on live stream. I don't mind thinking out loud, especially because there's probably nobody watching it. Oh, I should be looking to see if there's any comments. How do I do that? I'm not. All right, no comments yet. Let me know if you're here. I'm not. I don't have the YouTube on, but I should see it in StreamYard. Maybe I should flip over to the YouTube page, but I don't want to. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Check it from my tablet. Let's see. Turn the volume all the way down. Yeah, all right. No comments. Oh, nobody watching. Awesome. Well, you'll be able to watch it later. I didn't publicize this either. First time around on a live stream. I guess I should pump it up a little bit, right? Drake May's still sitting there. It's such a tease. I know I'm gonna get sniped right beforehand, I bet. Oh, timeout. On a time. Oh, you hate to see that. You hate to see that. All right. So CJ Stroud is definitely going here. I'm gonna go running back. I'm not gonna go Najee, who's next in ADP. I'm gonna go Javonte. That's 4 running backs. I might have been early on Javonte. And Christian Kirk was gone, so I couldn't stack him. I did think about Ray Davis. Oh, Hollywood was sitting there. This is what I miss. This is what I miss when I'm on stream. All right. Need to scroll down. I wish I could minimize my draft room screen so I can maximize the other one, but it's above my technical know-how. All right, so right before me, there was a few QBs came off the board. Drake May got not sniped. I mean, he fell so far in ADP. He got taken on a timeout though. Oh, that hurt me. So in the round before, Njoku, Jake Ferguson, Dalton Kincaid, Jordan Love, Tajay Spears, Christian Kirk, Justin Herbert, Rashid Shaheed, Drake May, Trevor Lawrence, and I took Stroud and Javonte Williams. Let me check just to make sure. All my running backs have different bye weeks, so that's cool. I'm good with that. That way I can kind of stick to 5 and maybe go with an extra tight end and possibly third quarterback. After Javonte, we see Isaiah Likely, Najee Harris, Dallas Goedert, Rashid White. I like Dallas Goedert. He's a value to me in that 12th round. A Rashad White I like as well. Marvin Mims, I think he's a more, well, actually for best ball, he should be quite fine. I don't like him in redraft, but I missed on Hollywood Brown. I should have taken Hollywood Brown to go with my Mahomes stack, but I do have another Kansas City stack later. Ooh. After Hollywood went Penix, Ray Davis, Jaden Blue. Oh, no, that's about right. Xavier Legette, Trey Benson. So I won't be good. I avoid a handcuff. Temptation. We see Tua come off the board at the first pick in the 13th round, then Tyler Algier. Mason Taylor went early to the Fields drafter. That Fields drafter went 3 quarterbacks in a row. I think he kind of shot himself in the foot there. And he's got 3 tight ends. It's a little bit too, like, I like the 3 quarterback, 3 tight end build, but that's early on each of them, especially because he could have gotten Mason Taylor 2-3 rounds later. Geno Smith comes off the board. Kyle Williams took a while to come off the board. That I'm surprised. Well, the Drake May drafter. Now he makes his pick. All right, so I don't even have anybody in the queue. I do like Cedric Tillman a lot. Put him there. Do I have any stacks available? I'm just going to let that auto draft Cedric Tillman. Do I want Eckler or Henry? I'll draft Henry. Just for another security blanket type tight end. Cedric Tillman, I talked about yesterday in my recorded drafts. I think if he plays the whole season, if he played the whole season last year, we would have seen a massive breakout. He started to break out, and then I believe it was concussions, got hurt, and didn't play. I think it was the last 8 weeks of the season. So yeah, we never really got to see that breakout. I'm just checking out. Only stacks I have left are New Orleans. Man, Drake May would have been perfect with that Diggs Henry stack there. All right. We see Stafford go off the board after my pick. And yeah, next round, I'll probably be looking at Shuck. Do I need him next round? Let me just take a look. He's coming off the board at 209, so I can wait until my last picks for Shuck. So, but where's Juwan Johnson going? Yeah, my last 2 picks will be Shuck and Juwan Johnson if they're still there. So this next go, I will get 1 more running back and 1 more wide receiver. Let me take a look here. In the queue, there's Pat Bryan. And let me just see if I have any bye week trouble here. I'm going to stay away from week 9 buys, and that's about it. Pat Bryan there. Oh, I know who I wanted. He's probably way down. I can probably get him in the last round too. Take a look. Where is that? Actually, let me just queue them up. Ooh, running back. You know what? This draft, I could go Dalton Schultz as well, but I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna reach on my last few picks, but I gotta take a running back here. Which one? I could wait on running back too. Damn. I'm just gonna take my New Orleans stack here. And it's definitely a reach. I could get him in the last 2 rounds, but I have running backs and wide receivers in mind that also have ADPs that are further back than Chuck and Juwan Johnson. So I'm fine with reaching there. And even if I don't get, I think it's, I see another receiver that I could have gotten in a stack. It's funny when I'm streaming or recording or live broadcasting or broadcasting in any way, shape, or form. I miss guys in the queue or in the player pool quite often. It's a little bit more difficult than it looks. The guys that do it all the time, sure, they're well practiced, but give them a little credit. It is not easy to just consistently keep in mind the right guys to be drafting. All right. So after my Chuck Johnson pick, we see Rico Dowdle, Mario Douglas, Braylon Allen, Miles Sanders, Jerome Ford, Nick Chubb. See, I didn't want really, none of those running backs were super appealing to me. I guess Rico Dowdle. Yeah, Jalen Noel is the wide receiver I should have taken in a stack. Yeah, that would have been the right pick. And that's what it was. I think usually at this turn, this late 15th, 16th, Marshawn Lloyd is creeping back up. Roshan Johnson is definitely moved up. I gotta find new. I definitely have other running back and wide receiver sleepers. Actually, I usually would probably have. Why isn't Jalen roll? I saw the name Jalen, and Jalen Noel goes, and then Jalen McMillan, and then I have another Jalen in the queue, and we have one person watching. I hope you're not in the draft. If you are, don't snipe me. But there's a plethora of running backs that just go late and wide receivers, but I'm looking more at a stack than anything. Well, I already have. I'm not going to double up there. I have there is another wide receiver that I kept my mouth shut about earlier that if I get sniped, I'm going to be all over that guy. Okay, and that's deep enough on wide receiver in my queue. But yeah, there's plenty of running backs here that have value. There's one in particular I think is going to explode, but if we don't get him, no big deal. 5 or 6 others that I could be taking. In fact, there's one I probably should be stacking. All right, Jalen Royals. I'm gonna stack with Mahomes, and the running back I really have been grabbing a ton of is Keaton Mitchell. If Derrick Henry goes down, and even if he doesn't, Justice Hill is adequate. Justice Hill is your Gus Edwards type. Although he's better than Gus Edwards. He has some pass catching skills and a little bit of speed. Justice Hill is your prototypical NFL breather back, right? He's your typical second string or quality second string breather back. But I think Keaton Mitchell is super explosive, and hopefully we get to see him stay healthy this year and show us what he has. All right, so as soon as this one is over, do I jump in another one of these? I was considering doing a Best Ball Mania. I might hold off on that. I will do this again tomorrow and throw in a Best Ball Mania or two. During the week, I'm going to start to attack those weekly winners. And actually, I can probably shut this out. Or at least leave the draft room. And maybe just back up another draft. Do I want to do this? Yeah, maybe I should change the title to a couple of puppies. Let me just take a look. What do I want? Sprint again. All right, so going over my team. Started out with Nico Collins and grabbed Achan on the turn. Then at 3 and 4, I went Worthy and Mike Evans. In the end of the fifth, I grabbed James Conner and backed that up with Chris Olave. Olave, I later stacked with Shuck. And then I went with Patrick Mahomes. He's fallen. He fell a little bit in this draft. I guess he's been sneaking into the 8th from time to time, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see him regularly in the 8th. And if I see Patrick Mahomes regularly in the 8th, I will be grabbing a lot of him, especially when I already have part of the stack readily available. Stephon Diggs kind of fell to me. I just didn't see much of anything else that I really strongly desired. So I went with Diggs in the hope that maybe I could stack him later, but Drake May was taking a few picks before me in the 11th. But back in the 9th, I stacked Mahomes with Kelsey. Just grabbed Tyrone Tracy to start the 10th. Where's Scatterboo go? Scatterboo went just a couple picks before him. I expect a split backfield there, so hopefully Tyrone Tracy can give me a few games. In the 12th, I went with Javonte Williams. I know he's not very good, but I seem to be grabbing probably too much of him. I need to slow down on him. There just isn't. Well, I guess I could have gone with Rashad Ray. Ray Davis was the next one I was really thinking of. But if Javonte performs to what we thought he was his first season, we could be fine. Cedric Tillman is somebody that I'm grabbing in a lot of drafts. Hunter Henry, just to kind of secure that tight end room. I have the upside possible with Kelsey, but a little security blanket, Hunter Henry. And then I stacked Chris Olave with Shuck and went back-to-back with Juwan Johnson. And then my last two picks, Jalen Royals and Keaton Mitchell to close it out. All right, so I really like this Rookies and Sophomores. I'm going to just do a couple of Rookies and Sophomores. These go quick. These go quick, so I'll do a couple of them. I really like them. I want to get them in before it closes. Although it could take a little while to fill the room. So let's see. I should have jumped in here earlier. What do I got going on? Let's share. I'm going to share that tab. See if we can get some people in this room. Maybe I should close that out. Close out that draft board. Come on, people. Let's get this rookies and softs filled. And maybe I should be promoting this live stream. Oh, room filled. Let's give you guys the draft board. Hopefully that's big enough for you. All right, so the third pick. I haven't had the third pick yet. I've only done this a few times, but I think I've gotten Caleb Williams and Drake May in every one of these. Yes, I'm just thinking about potential stacks, running backs. All right, I think the plan is I'll start off with Malik Neighbors. See what falls. Oof. Do I want McConaughey? Can't stack. Do I want Knicks? I'm gonna go ahead and reach for Omarion. We're drafting for upside, right? And I just don't see. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and grab Caleb. Actually, I probably should have. I could have gone with May. If May comes back, I'll go with him too. Actually, I'm gonna go 2 quarterbacks here. I did it yesterday. You know what? Maybe I'll go with Tet. Just see if one of those quarterbacks come back. Yeah, because there's Penix and Ward there. Maybe I should wait a little bit on quarterback. It's hard to tell in some of these drafts. Sometimes the quarterbacks race off the board. This one, it is not. They are not. Wow, they are definitely not. 4 of the next 5 in ADP are quarterbacks, but I'm gonna go with Rome here. Gives me the stack. I have Rome in each one of these as well. He just keeps falling to me, and I have Caleb in most of my drafts. So, all right. So I would only one quarterback went. There really isn't much else. Drake May's fallen. I'm just gonna grab him, and that will be. I'll be done with quarterback and get them out of my player pool. I really didn't need to. With 3 quarterbacks, 3 draftable quarterbacks left, I could have pushed it. But I'd imagine I'd be really surprised the guy at the turn didn't grab quarterback. Oh, I only have 1 running back. Oh. Ooh. I'm gonna double stack again. All right, so I'll go with Scattaboo. Just because he's sitting there, and my Oh, good. All right. So Luther Burden fell to me. Jaden Higgins again is falling in this draft. Yesterday he fell like, I want to say 10 picks or something ridiculous. And in drafts like these, that's a lot. Who's do I have my quarterback straight? Yeah, I want to get do I play the game? Guy the turn. Oh, come on. Why would you do that? All right, I'm going to go Tootin. No. I'm going to go Coleman, Keon Coleman. I think he could have an explosive season. It gives me 5 wide receivers. I will get one more wide receiver, and Tootin continued to fall to me, so I will grab him. I'm going to get one more running back, one more wide receiver. There's plenty to choose from at both positions, or especially a running back. Oof. Actually, let me look at wide receiver closely. Is there a New England sophomore? Not Jalen Polk. I'm not going to do that. Oh, well, Drake May doesn't get stacked. I will probably, as my receiver, go with... Yeah, I'm going to go with Pat Bryant here. Actually, no. I'm going to go with Jalen Newell. Nah, Pat Bryant was probably the higher upside. Unless Christian Kirk goes down. But having fun, playing games. You want to scroll down a bit on some of these. Let me just look at my bye weeks. I'll go Jaden Blue. Just to get different people on your roster. Because the same, 48 players are generally picked in most drafts. You want to differentiate at the end. I could have gone with, this would have been the perfect spot for my sneaky guy. Actually, I'm going to draft another one of these. Yeah, let's go for it. So let me go over my team from the 3-hole with Neighbors. I reached a little bit on Omarion Hampton, but the guy I was looking at anyway, Caleb Williams, fell back to me. And then rather than go with 2 QBs, which I have been in the 3rd and 4th, I decided to kind of wait on quarterback a little bit and grab Tet and Roman Dunze to stack with Caleb. Then I went with Drake May. I was hoping to get Kyle Williams later, but got a little sniped right before me. But I went with Cam Scattaboo, and I've been getting Luther Burden all over the place. I've been calling Luther Burden the new Odell Beckham. And then I went with Keon Coleman, Bayshell Tootin, Jalen Noel, and Jaden Blue. Not horrible, not great. I don't think I'm winning any contests with that one. So let's try another. Where are they? Do one more of these. I want to make it at least a full hour on the stream. How long do I have? I'm at 49. I might do 2 more of these. But although I wanted to go 2 or 3 hours today, I will likely do that tomorrow. Ended up having a hot date tonight. So another Rookies and Softs for your viewing pleasure. Cool. All right. I like the 4-hole. Though I don't have any Jaden Daniels yet. So maybe I'll just back these up and get myself some Daniels. So at the turn, I'm probably looking at Brian Thomas and Bucky Irvin. Is there a countdown on this? Yeah, 20 seconds. And then, well, we'll see. You know what? On the 3-4 turn, I'm probably going to be looking at Xavier Worthy. Maybe I'll push quarterback a little bit in this one. Let's see what's going on. All right, so Brian Thomas and Bucky Irvin. Hampton's been scooting up. Not gonna get him, not likely to get him. RJ Harvey's sitting there too. Not so sure anymore. I got a bunch of them early. But I don't really trust Sean Payton and what he does with that backfield, what he does with any of his skill position players. He really spreads that ball around quite a bit. And really starting to think that it wasn't him that made Kamara, but Kamara made Payton. But we shall see. All right. So Xavier Worthy went right before this pick. I will go with Tet. I'll go with Harvey. I just want to push these quarterbacks and see how far we can get them to fall. Ooh, maybe I should have gone Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter is a guy that I've been taking a Dunze over him because I've had Caleb Williams. So yeah, miss out on Hunter. I hindsight would have done Hunter. Oh well, quarterbacks continue to fall, and probably not gonna fall past me. Just don't see any reason not to grab quarterbacks. I guess Ricky Purcell isn't a bad pick, but man, we really don't have any quarterbacks off the board. Come on, Greg. I gotta end up with the same two again. Here we go. Caleb Williams, Drake May, but now I know to push them. And I'm done with quarterback for now. I hope to grab Luther Burden on the way back. Let's see about that though. What do I have? I have plenty of running back. I'm going to go 2 wide receivers probably at this turn. Yeah, I like that. Oof. Come on, somebody grab a running back so I get 2 I like. I'm going to see if Kyle Williams will fall. I don't. Okay, good. Gonna stack Caleb with Burden again, and I will go with Keon Coleman as well. And if I don't get Kyle Williams again, I'll have to remember. Oh no, that's right. I'm gonna go with 6 wide receivers. So hopefully I get Kyle and my sneaky last round pick. At the next turn, I plan on grabbing at least 1 running back. Yeah, it is shaping up nicely. I really could double stack Caleb with Colston Loveland as well. If I don't get if I don't get Kyle Williams, I got Kyle Williams. All right, so I'm gonna stack Drake May finally, and I'll grab another share of Tootin. Yeah, Bashal Tootin is Slappy's choice this year. We shall see. I still kind of have, I don't want to say faith in ATN, but I've been drafting a lot of Travis Etienne. I've been drafting a lot of Bashal Tootin as well, but somebody's going to have to do something in that Jacksonville backfield. And I feel like Trevor Lawrence will have a good year. All right, so what am I looking at? Am I looking at my last 2 picks here? No, sorry. Didn't scoot that draft board down. All right, so my sneaky late round pick, where'd he go? All right. Say anything, even though I don't think anybody's even watching the stream yet. All right, so what do we got? I'll grab, do I want Jaden Blue or Dylan Sampson? I'm gonna go Blue. There's a solid enough chance Jaden Blue actually takes over. Definitely the pass catching duties, but maybe more in that backfield. And my sneaky last round pick that I'm going to start getting in the regular drafts too is Jermaine Burton. He's been in camp. He looks healthy. He's being talked up. He's staying out of the casino from what it sounds like. And I don't know, maybe Gesicki isn't the new Tyler Boyd. Maybe we have a new actually Burton. I think they drafted him to take over T. Higgins' role without success. We'll see though. So I think they drafted him to take over the T. Higgins role. T. Higgins they re-signed. They kind of felt as though, well, for good reason, Burton didn't do much for them. They signed Gesicki. So it doesn't leave Burton a whole lot of targets, but there will be some leftovers that he will be able to take advantage of, hopefully. And we'll see what happens there. All right. New draft board. This will be my last one. Nobody in the chat because I didn't tell anybody I was actually going live. But here I am. I might actually come back later tonight if I'm not getting lucky in other ways. All right, so I'm at the 3 hole again. I was really hoping to get the number 1 pick, but yeah, 3 hole I don't like just because coming back the ADP. I don't have much Lad McConkey, so coming back, I'll probably get him. Oh, well, no. Come on. Nah. Too much to ask for Jaden Daniels to slip to the 3. I got Genty at the 1 when I did have the 1. So maybe I'm hoping for the 2 hole, 1 or 2. I need to get myself a share of Jaden Daniels before I stop drafting these. All right, I'll start out 2 receivers. I don't think that's going to end well for me, but we'll give it a shot. I mean, I can grab a bunch of late running backs, but I kind of like to have something consistent at the top, or at least semi-consistent. So like getting a Bucky Irvin is kind of important. Last time I grabbed Hampton. Just stock up on wide receiver early. Yeah, I'll grab Harrison. Marvin Harrison, like he had a bad year last year for a first round draft pick. Oh, this is where I'm going to start. I'm going 0 RB in a Rookies and Sophs draft. See how this works out for the kid. Let's see. Bo Nix went, well, before my last pick. I kind of just, I don't even see Bo Nix in the player pool. He surprised me last year, but he could very well have a sophomore slump, although he's set up for success. I don't know. I guess I just kind of have a blind spot to him because I did last year. Maybe I shouldn't. But I don't think he's measurably better than Drake May or Caleb or JJ McCarthy. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong once or twice before. Yeah, so Caleb comes off the board. I think it's time for me to get Drake May. And I'll go with Penix. There just really aren't any receivers so who do I want to stack? Oh, I guess I could have reached for Burden. Golden's there, Tracy's there, Buka's there, Jaden Higgins is there. I kind of think, yeah, they're all worth drafting, but I don't think the value added is necessarily what I need. And I already have 4 stud running backs, and we're starting 3 at the most. Or no, where am I? Yeah, I do have 4 stud running backs. Okay, so I get Burden everywhere. I'm not going to stop now. And now I'll start to grab my running backs. I will get Kyle Williams on the stack if he's available. Let me shut that down. Is there any Atlanta receivers that I can stack? Oh, it's my pick. All right, so I skipped on Tracy last time with my last couple picks, but he just falls to me. So let me see if I get Tracy and Scattaboo and lock up, in theory, lock up the Giants backfield. You know what, though? I'm going to, no, can't. That's all right. I don't mind not locking up the Giants backfield. And we are in running back heavy zone where I like a bunch of guys. There we go. All right. Get my tootin' on. So my running backs are Tyrone, Tracy, and Tootin. I got 6 wide receivers. Although going 4 wide receivers in the beginning, I probably didn't need another wide receiver and could have just run wild at running back. But really, there's a kind of a crevasse, sinkhole. I'm trying to think of a word. At running back from like as soon as Harvey goes off the board, it's about 5 rounds before you get to Judkins usually falls a lot further than the 8th. Ooh, running back run, but that's fine. There's still 2 more I like. Oh, 3 more I like. I will go Jaden Blue again. Again, I talked about him last draft. And then I'm looking at, see what this guy gets. All right, so I'm either going to get Garendo or Jalen Wright. Just so I'm not mixing up bye weeks, I'll go with Jalen Wright. I really should be grabbing more Garendo, but it is what it is. All right, so started off Neighbors, McConkey, Marvin Harrison, Travis Hunter. Then hit my quarterbacks, Drake May and Penix. Grab my Luther Burden. Then I come back with Tyrone Tracy. Then I grab Kyle Williams to stack with Drake May. And then finish out with Tuden, Jaden Blue, Jalen Wright. That's all I'm going to do for right now. I'm considering coming back later tonight, but probably not. I got this in. I'll definitely be on tomorrow. Until then, please like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and visit wheelrouteff.com. Although I need to update some articles. I think tomorrow is going to be all day pumping out articles and drafting at the same time. Not that I'm able to do two things at once, but all right. To everybody, you have a great day. I'll try to see you tomorrow, and give me that thumbs up. Have a good one.